Hello. In last lecture, we talked about different subfields of anthropology, and archaeological anthropology was one of the four major subfields in anthropology. Today, we will talk about archaeology, its different types, and archaeological data. Before I continue, let me show you some pictures from my fieldwork. I did fieldwork as a cultural anthropologist exploring infant healthcare belief practices in South Punjab, Pakistan. As the village where I was working was near the Cholistan desert, and I did visit the ruins of an old fort in the desert, very close to Rajasthan border, that is the border between India and Pakistan. In these few pictures, you can see the ruins. However, these are in very bad conditions because the site has not been preserved or investigated by the archaeologist. In next slide, you will see a video clip of the site, and you can notice the pieces of ceramics buried there. Okay, archaeology is a subfield in anthropology, and it studies human cultures through the recovery and analysis of material remains and environmental data. Such data, that is also called archaeological data, it is used to trace the cultural practices in the past, such as artifacts, for example, jewelry and tools, burials, remains of the structures. And archaeology, with an objective to trace history of human cultures, is a combination of different subfields in anthropology, such as biological anthropology, symbolic anthropology, social and cultural anthropology. But some of the questions that all the archaeologists explored, they are: how was the culture in the past? And how did people live in the specific time and place? what kind of settlements exist in the past, and how did this spread geographically, or how or why did they migrate from one place to another, and how did they vanish. As we learned in our last lecture, the source of information for archaeologists is the data set that is called as archaeological data or archaeological evidence. What do we learn from these archaeological evidences? We learn about how was the life in the past. For example, tools such as arrows, swords, trappings may inform us about warfare or hunting in the past. And then the instruments such as hammer, clubs, knives, and other tools that can be used to find about the professions or crafts in the past. Then we have pots, utensils, jars that may inform us about food and cooking and everyday living in the past. And then also we can see caves, walls, huts, stones, and they may tell you about dwelling. Similarly, images or statues of gods, burials, worshipping places, they can tell you about the spiritual world of the specific culture in the past. Now you see different types of archaeological data provide different information. Archaeologists place these data in three major categories. First, artifact. Artifacts are portable data and it includes pots, utensils, plates, jars, and other ceramics, and tools and shells. And then we have ecofacts. Ecofacts is also portable data and it includes naturally organic or inorganic remains. For example, seeds, minerals, plants, bones. For example, paleoethnobotany is a study of plants, actually the plant remains that found in archaeological sites. So plants, either they are microbotanical that can be seen with the naked eye, or microbotanical that can be seen through microscopes, are the ecofacts for a paleoethnobotanist. Third is the structure and the features, and this is non-portable dataset because it includes architectural material such as building structure, caves, wells and houses, worshipping places, etc. Well, there are some specialization within archaeology. For example, historical archaeology, contemporary archaeology, bioarchaeology, and applied archaeology. So, historical archaeology is the archaeological study of the places for which written records exist. Historical archaeologists use written record and archaeological data to contextualize the culture and social lives in the past. They may be interested in several things, for example, gender, race, slavery, social class, warfare. But anyhow, if you are interested in researches in this area, you can read Historical Archaeology, that is a scholarly journal of the Society of Historical Archaeology, and you can find latest researches in this field in that journal. Now let's see bioarchaeology. Bioarchaeology is a subfield of physical anthropology and it is a study of human remains. The term bioarchaeology was first coined by British archaeologist Graham Clark in 1972 with reference to zooarchaeology, that is about studying animal bones found at archaeological sites. In this field of study, archaeologists emphasized on cultural and social processes in the skeleton. Hence, they study bones, teeth, tissues, even hairs and skins if it is found there, to investigate cultural and social processes through human skeleton. For example, mummies found from different archaeological sites informed about burial practices, skull formation and deformation, and body structure and the changes. A physical and chemical examination of these bones and skeletons can provide a range of information regarding nutrition, health, and living habits in the past. Well, if you are interested in bioarchaeology, The latest book is Bioarchaeology, an introduction to the archaeology and anthropology of the dead. Its ebook will be published in November this year. Now let's talk about applied archaeology. Well, as the name suggests, it is the application of archaeological researches and results to address modern problems in human societies. In Stump's word, applied archaeology helps to produce usable past by producing archaeological interpretations that incorporate local conceptions of the past. It also includes the indigenous knowledge and skills that anthropologists may discover doing ethnographic fieldwork in indigenous societies existing today. What are the issues that applied archaeology can help to resolve in contemporary world? They may include, for example, applying techniques learned from the past for environmental management, such as you can read about the garbage project in your textbook. Applied anthropologist brings evidences from the traditional past to the non-traditional modern venue to see how these evidences can help resolve the problems. Similarly, social and cultural anthropologists working in traditional societies that exist today work as applied anthropologists and brings to light several things such as social phenomena and conceptualizations that can help to understand and evaluate and apply as needed in contemporary societies. More, the cultural anthropologists provide useful information and interpretation for rural development programs. Okay, thank you. See you later in another topic. But you can see the link below in the description of this video, and you can know something about most famous archaeological sites in the world. Thank you.